Oh man. South Carolina versus Rick Chow. South Carolina versus Rick Chow. Mm, mm, mm. There's a lot that we can say. There's a lot that has been said. First and foremost, let's just start with this. A life has been taken, and with a life being taken, period, point blank, man, it's tragic. It's sad. It's something that happens way too often, and we're gonna talk about this a bit and break this down. I even just break it down. Just give my point of view on this because there are things that tend to happen a lot that we, oh man, just can't seem to break through of, right? And what kills me is we we have to start teaching our kids that it's so important for us to protect ourselves at all costs, right? And listen, I am not against teaching our kids how to defend themselves. I'm not against uh, parents teaching your kids to hunt. And what are you getting at? So what does this got to do with the Rick Chow thing? Well, what I'm saying is, what is constantly said is this young man has this weapon on him, right? And I get that. Young man got a semi-automatic weapon, going to his convenience store with a backpack, with a hoodie. And we already know how these things kind of pan out. Now, with that being said, now that we already now let's start here, right? I'm a military veteran, right? I'm also a father, right? Not the best dad in the world, but I'm a father, right? And I understand being in rough neighborhoods. Because that was a point that was made by one of the individuals up there on stage. And I say stage because this is a stage. This will definitely turn into some type of movie later on. Y'all remember that show Seven? If you haven't seen, you should check it out. Right? It's always one word against another. The only witnesses, those few witnesses there, didn't really see the shooting. There was no video of the shooting or anything like that. Right? But most of you guys know in our communities, in our neighborhoods, you come from lower poverty neighborhood. Normally the people that run these convenience stores and hair salons and things like that, they're normally of different complexion, different race than us, right? And when we come into the establishment, especially if the store is close by a school, apartments, or things like that, there's normally a sign on the front that says, no backpacks allowed, no more than 3 or 4 people in at a time. That type of jazz. Okay? As a father, I will do anything to protect my kids. Period. But no holds bar. Care right, wrong. I'll do anything to protect my kids, right? In this case, there was not a immediate threat. Let's start there. Okay? So what we know now, and we could talk about this all day, but what's done is done. And there's something called double jeopardy to where you can't even put this brother back on this freaking stand to charge him with anything. Now we know this is his 3rd time shooting at individuals. This time he succeeded in taking their life. The first time was a woman. Second time was a man. They both survived. Third time, young man didn't survive. Now, I know that everybody wants to compare these things to other cases. We got to stop doing that. Now, there's nothing wrong with remembering what happened in the past, right? But what I will say is we're automatically just off rip fighting against so much just being African Americans in this country. Off rip, right? Off rip. The world's been trained to see us as a threat, a problem. They're going to automatically steal. You come in the store with your hoodie, you know, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say something here in a little bit that may take a few people off, but it has to be said. I'm very hard on my kids, so, you know, it's hard for them to even have friends around me because I don't know how y'all teaching y'all. I don't know how y'all raising y'all. But over here, you don't go nowhere alone. You're not finna pull up to nobody's store and none of that jazz. You're not finna walk out here by yourself. You need to be going someplace with somebody with you at all times. That way it could be a witness to anything that happens. Even when I get out here, I'm always got something on me. Period. Ex-military once again. I understand situational awareness. You know. Here's my problem though. Here's my issue. Young man goes in the store. He complies by leaving his bag at the front. As they always do, they watch us when we come in the store. You could be dressed in a nice suit. They still finna watch you. You know what I'm saying? That location was constantly being robbed, constantly being taken. Things is constantly being stolen. Here's my thing. You have pictures and cameras and facial recognition in this location. Why didn't you just call the police? Why didn't you say, man, let's get this guy a picture because we think he's stealing, and slap his picture on the wall like you did for the rest of them? Now, I've listened to different lawyers. I've listened to different people to talk about this. Now, where they did per se go wrong was charging for the, murder on this high level. This is what a lot of lawyers are saying. I'm not a lawyer, but it kind of makes sense. You're attempting to charge this guy on this high level when you could have went, a little lower and you probably would have won. Sad to say, but here's the thing. I always tell people morals are great, but the law holds the weight. I got a brother doing time right now over some things that he didn't do, but with your track record, the way you carry yourself, people will lay the hammer down on you, period, right? It's an 8th grader, though, 14-year-old, running away. When you're running away, you're not a threat anymore. I'm in Texas, though. You know what I mean? Everybody packing around here. You're taught to shoot rifles early on, so it's not really surprising to see a young kid around here with a rifle, some type of hunting tool. Okay, I don't know so much about South Carolina, but I do know this: when somebody's running away from you, they're not a threat anymore. We're even taught that in the military. I've done 2 tours. I would tell you this. When people are running from you, they're not a threat. Now they're charging at you, different situation. You gotta think fast. You gotta react fast. The young man's running. Now when he slips and falls, okay, the threat is definitely out of the way. And I know where, bro, what about the 130 yards? You goddamn right, the 130 yards. Matter of fact, why are you even leaving your store unattended? If you're being stole from, you can watch the video. Watch the video. You can see the video. If you haven't watched the video, go watch the video. Young man goes in. The lady's already buying this mug down. Right? Goes in. At the time, we didn't know it was waters. But he's going to the cap, going to the little ice box, grab some things, grab them, decides to put them back, turn around, Get ready to walk out the store. The son automatically accuses, hey, he must got something. Obviously, what mom's gonna do, like she's been doing already, automatically think the young man's stealing. He says he doesn't got nothing from what it seems like in the camera. All right, and attempts to leave out the store. At this point is where the issue starts. Why are you leaving around the counter? You got to leave out of the counter. You got to come around the counter to run out the store to pursue someone. When you could have been like, man, I'm calling 911, man. I'm feeling this young man on the stove. Let's go and get his picture and then slap the picture up. What was so hard? What was so hard about doing that? My question. What was so hard about saying, you know what? Okay, the chase. Boom. All right, the chase. Now he's running. Now, if you ever ran on football field or ran track, 100-yard dash, not far. I've ran 100-yard dash, not far. It's far enough to be like, hey, it's not a problem anymore. I look at my boys. I got a son. I got some boys right there. I teach even my daughters, the ones I got around me, I teach them to protect yourself at all times. Eliminate the threat at all times. Period. Care what's going on. You come home. Screw everybody else. Seems like they was the ones on the hunt that day. I know you probably got tired of people stealing from you. I know you got tired of people bothering you, messing with your store. We're talking about 8th grader, 14-year-old running away from you. Obviously, and there's my thing. I don't know what's playing in their heads, and I don't know what's playing in young man's head. But I feel like I'm thinking he took off running because he had the weapon on him that he wasn't supposed to have. Man, I wasn't supposed to have this weapon, so I'm finna take off and run, right? Because obviously, at this time, I'm pretty sure the young man, they probably call a cop and go and run. Why you running? When you're running, even with him slipping and falling, the flashlight breaks off the pistol, goes one way, the pistol comes out the other way. He's down, one shoe's down. The threat is over. The son says, this is what he says. Only people is there is the deceased young man, the father, and the son. He has a gun. Not he pointed a gun. Not he has a gun. Father trigger comes in. And I know the child was probably thinking, oh, you got a gun? No, let me check him out. Not a leg shot. Obviously not trying weapon, but not a leg shot. Not just eliminate threat. Let me just pop him right so he don't get back up again. Here's my other thing. Right out here, well, bro, he shouldn't even have no gun. Well, Todd said this earlier. A lot of rough neighborhoods, a lot of people got weapons. There's a lot of individuals out here with weapons. Y'all just don't know. Hell, there's kids overseas right now, younger than this man, that's got weapons on them. Does it make it right? No. Was a young man breaking the law with the weapons? Yeah, but that's not the issue here. The issue here is you automatically thinking this young man stole from you, and you took it upon yourself to become the judge and the jury and the executioner. That's the thing. And a few people got kind of upset with me yesterday, and I was like, and I'll say it again, morals are great, but the law holds the weight. When you got the money, and you got a team of lawyers, they will find every loophole to get you out. And once again, this wasn't his first time shooting. Third time. The first 2, he didn't kill him. 6 shots in the first car. The first time he went down on female, shot 6 times at the vehicle. Second time, shot at the man. Didn't kill none of them. But this man literally killed. Yeah, I mean, and if I'm at the time, okay, I get it, and it's bothering me because I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I deal with these mental issues, and I could only think my child is being threatened. Of course, I'm going to eliminate. I'm gonna eliminate the target. I would. I'm not finna even play like I wouldn't. I would, without a second thought. Right now, that's when I know my kid is being threatened. Not where I'm chasing them down. Okay, you come to my home, you come to this door, it's over. Your body gonna fall in this house. Too easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is right inside the store. All this stuff was happening in front of the store, right inside the store. I got it. But you left the store and took off down the road, chased the young man down. Young man falls on the ground. Weapon comes out. Obviously, the threat is over with. Now you're on the hunt. But when you got the law and money and you got the lawyer team, you can get away with things like this. He's gotten away with it twice before, and he's got away with it a third time. And what we know now is there's double jeopardy out here, and you cannot put this man back on the stand. But I'm going to tell you what, with everything going on right now, as them destroying the stores, and I know you guys haven't probably seen that, they're still protesting right now. This happens every time, though. Protests come out. We want to stop. We want to stop buying from them. We want to stop this and want to stop this. I give it 6-7 months. Next thing you know, it's gonna be forgotten about. Just being real, y'all. Just being real. Until another incident like this happens, and when the next incident like this happens, then we'll bring it back up. There's another trial that's going on right now here in Texas right now with the stabbing. Right? I don't know if you guys paid attention to that. Right? The track team, young black kid that killed that unalive the Caucasian young man, right? Bringing a knife to school, protecting himself, taking a man out. There's another case where, and this was another case that's in South Carolina right now, where a young woman was almost being kidnapped. Truck driver have stopped to help her out, so she wouldn't get kidnapped. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this world that, a lot of craziness going on in this world. This is why I'm so hard on my kids. I'm hard on my kids. They're in there playing right now, having a good time. But I just think like this is it. I don't see it. But when you got the loopholes and you know the law, you can get away with stuff like this. It's been happening for years, though. It's not nothing new. It's been happening for years. And I don't think it's ever going to stop. I didn't even want to drag out and just talk about this, so I'm going to get out here and do me some rucking and just kind of clear my head. But sad. It's a sad case. At the end of the day, it's been 3 years. This has been going on. Decisions been made. This is why I say it's good to know the law, know the rules, so you can use them to play the system, because the system's not built for us. My heart goes out to all the families involved. Let's just put it that way. It's messed up. Sucks. But as we know, same thing that just happened out. I think that was South Carolina too, or that was Connecticut. No, it was Connecticut, where the young lady was getting beat by the officer. A lot of things like this, man. It's sad. It's sad. We always can learn from these things. Protect yourself at all times. Don't go in these I can easily be like, man, don't be going in none of these locations. That sounds good on and great, but we gotta be a little bit more smarter. Gotta be a little bit more cautious. That's why my kids already know the rules. Hey man, you ain't going nowhere by yourself. And anytime you leave this house, I don't care if it's with a family member or not. I need to know what you're doing, where you going, what time you're gonna be there. That way, there we got a time stamp of what stuff is going on. I got a location of where it's going on, and no lies can be fabricated. Cause anything can happen at any time. That's real spill. I get that. I overstand that. You know. I can go back and forth with this, and there's a little panel that I'm gonna talk on. It's like we're gonna be talking about this and like three other incidences, but I'm just want to give my little spill right now before I, go into that round table. But teach your kids the laws, man. Teach your kids that, hey, man, everybody out here ain't for you. Situation awareness is something that parents should be teaching their kids out here. Kids, nephews, nieces, cousins. Teach them situation awareness, right? Because this really this really could have been avoided. It really could have been avoided. It really could have been avoided. It really could have been avoided. When you don't feel safe walking in your own neighborhood, where you got to carry a semi-automatic, that will let you know, hey man, it's time to move around. Well, that's easy to say that, bro, but it's hard out here, motherfucker. It's hard for everybody out here. It's hard for everybody out here. And here's another thing, and I'm gonna say this, and I know people not gonna like this, but sometimes when it comes to our young people, they're doing what the older people around them do to make themselves feel cool, to make themselves feel like they can be one of the guys, one of the peoples. Man, I'm carrying me a strap right now, so I'm one of the cool guys. Probably don't even know how to unload it. Probably don't even know how to clean it. Probably don't even know how to actually use the weapon, but know how to pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? So we feel our community that way off rip. I'm not putting this on just rap music. Just put on all type of every entertainer, the movies. We see it everywhere in the games. It's everywhere. It's not hard to hide. It's everywhere. Hell, sometimes the music be so good, we rapping the lyrics, don't even know what we rapping, and doing the music and don't even know what we saying. But man, the shit sound good. The vibration's so good. But the young people don't have the mindset to see what's fabricated and not until it's too late, or until they doing time behind the cell. I'll talk about this later on at 3 o'clock today. I got a video talking about mental health, and I'm sharing some things that I've done and, in my past. At the same time, I talk about you're not the only one. I sit down with my kids as much as I can to let them know. I call them in here right now, and they'll line up just I don't treat them like children. I treat them like adults, so they can have an early view on how life's going to treat them. And when they see stories like this, when they see things like this, hey, don't be shocked. This is what happens when you don't have situational awareness, when you want to be one of the cool guys. I'm going to talk about this on Facebook too, but got a lot more content to post. I'm feeling a little better right now. I've been down these medications and things like that. As long as I don't move too much around and I keep on this regimen of these meals and stuff, I'll be all right. But yeah, this is one of them ones, man. This is sad. This is sad. Heart goes out to the families. Let's start to protect our kids. Let's teach our kids situational awareness. Let's teach our kids, hey man, protect yourself, but let's be smart about it. Let somebody know where you going, time you going. Never really go anywhere by yourself. Period. Point blank, period. Always go with somebody. Man, sad.